Hello, everyone. Welcome to the ominously lit Swan quiz. I hope you're all well. Hello. Basically, my light bulb's gone and I still haven't fixed it because I'm some sort of subhuman scum. Do say hello in the chat if you're watching. 2 people have left. Hello, Frankie. We'll start the questions in 7 minutes. Today's question indicator, when I'm meant to ask a question, is this cleaver. So chop chop. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, all. Yes, thanks for the donations if you've made them. It is sharp, actually. I've slightly sliced my t-shirt open, which I regret. Yeah, I don't know. Is that better? Is it better like that? Is that better? Probably is better, isn't it? Yeah, no. Yeah. That's good. We're going to do that. So, yeah, your question paper will go live when I start the questions, which is 8:30. Next week, we'll be back to having pictures and all sorts. Yeah, I might get kicked off YouTube, mightn't I, for incitement to violence. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll have pictures and all sorts next week, I think. I'm going to even do some sequences. That'll be fun. I've had weeks to come up with no sequences, months, in fact. So it'll be doubly disappointing to see what I've managed to concoct. It's a lot of fun, though. It's a lot of fun. One thing. Yeah, I really wish I could explain the high pitch beeping, but I can't. If this was a professionally run product, did I? Well, I've no idea how that happened, if indeed it did. Oh, so I'm the high pitch beeping. I see. Does it disappear if I use a microphone? Like on some like. Bear with me. This is like a live untangling of a headphone wire, which you can't see, but it's like a death in a Sophocles. All the action's happening off stream, but it is entertaining. You know it's happening. Be a chorus to do some ominous portent in a minute. It could be worse, Frankie, but is that any better, or in fact at all different? It's exactly the same, probably because it doesn't work. We'll get rid of that. Nice little conceit. Right, I'm going to have one cigarette. That's using this lighter and this packet of cigarettes. And then we're going to start. I see. Do you do it by, like, I presume you confer via Zoom and then we'll then watch this or share this video in the Zoom or some such? I presume that's what you do. Is that what you do? Good lad Jim, reliable. Although he hasn't turned up yet. Okay. And share that in the Zoom, I presume. Is it lagging now, by the way? Is it fine? Okay. Okay. Boing. Okay. I'll also, by the way, throughout the quiz, be drinking, because it's very popular to drink from a 2-litre bottle of pop, from this, which is absolutely sodding meaning. It is a gopping drink. Do not ever buy any. Okay. Is anybody absolutely desperately not ready? If anyone is not ready, please let me know. Well, we'll give it 5 minutes, Frank. No, it won't. I'll be 2 minutes. Hello, Andy. Nice to see you this morning. Okay, we'll wait 2 minutes. I'll wait 2 minutes for John. So John Redman can be John Reddyman. Breakfast was nice, actually. I went inside. Thank you, Andy. I I had the full English, surprisingly, with no beans because beans are disgusting. But as a respected member of the Bishopthorpe Road community, hereinafter Illuminati, I replaced my beans with halloumi, and it was good. Although there was a little bit of evidence of vinegar on my poached egg, one of which was overdone. But I'm okay with an overdone egg. I don't like an underdone egg. So I'd like the yolk to be showing early stages of firmness, but not fully congealed, because then it has undergone a significant scientific change, which is almost impossible to reverse. There are something like genocide, but in terms of a breakfast, unruly beans, and an underdone egg. That's how to ruin a breakfast, in my opinion. And the wrong kind of toast, or inclusion of sourdough, which doesn't toast, of course. So if you like losing teeth when eating your breakfast, great choice. And if you don't, carry on. I don't know what this does. Does this change anything for you? Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to start. Is that all right? Is John here? Or is John's 2 minutes? Is he one of those 2 minutes? Is actually 5 minutes, people? Because they're the worst. They're not the worst. Yeah, sod you, John. Fuck you, John Redman. Okay, let's begin. And let us begin with question number 1, which is on TV. Which TV funny man? Which TV funny man whose previous shows include such things as Alien Fun Capsule and Fruit Fancies recently returned with the lockdown-friendly world of TV. For once, not highlighting the wild and wacky world of TV, but instead focusing on common TV tropes. A TV funny man who's recently had his world of TV shown on the BBC, previously known, amongst other things, for Alien Fun Capsule, Shark-Infested Custard. That was one, wasn't it? Who is that comedian? It's going to annoy me. Question 2, ladies and gentlemen, is on sport and football. Mixed ability Premier League footballers with first name Benjamin, Bernard, Nampalis, Leicester City, and most recently now Edouard are all have on account of their being French. Which French surname? They all have the same surname, Premier League footballers, with the first name is Benjamin. He's current player. Bernard, he played for Bolton, I think. Nampalis of Leicester, and Edouard's now recently signed. All have, through by dint of Frenchness, the same French surname. What is that surname? Question 3, ladies and gentlemen, is on confectionery. According to Wikipedia, okay, the name given to the individual wands in these bags of sweets are called chips, rocks, buttons, nuggets, plugs, twists, spods, and Berties. Okay? According to Wikipedia, there are various components of these. There are 8 different types that are named, which are called chips, rocks, buttons, nuggets, plugs, twists, spods, and Berties. The name given to the individual units comprising which confectionery product? Two-word answer. I do need a two-word answer, so you put a one-word answer. That's not good enough. Question 4 is on technology in what could be seen as a somewhat retrograde or regressive step, going back to its roots. I'm going to call it a tech service. Launched a special campus version earlier this year, aimed specifically at college students being able to contact each other and making it more easy for that to happen. A campus version of which tech service was launched, very much a return to its roots. A campus version of what, ladies and gentlemen? Right. Question 5 is on films, and if it was Angry Men in 1959 and Monkeys in 1996, what was it in an Oscar-winning film of 2013? So if it was Angry Men in 1959 and Monkeys in 1996, what was it in an Oscar-winning film of 2013? I just need the 3 words, basically. I don't need the full title, just the 3 words. Question 6, ladies and gentlemen, is on sausages. Now, for many of you, there are things to look forward to around the end of October. Those of you who may enjoy Halloween, for example, and a little message for those people: fuck off. Others may look forward to bonfire night, but those people are surely children and not taking part now. For me, of course, the first week of November is one thing and one thing only: National Sausage Week, presented by the Worshipful Company of Butchers. Worshipful companies of traditional trades and guilds are better known as the blank companies. The blank companies, okay? Blank being a 6-letter word defined as special uniform worn by a servant, official, or member of a city company. What is that word? So the traditional trades and guilds, such as you might find in the Lord Mayor's parade, which used to make grandstands start at 1 o'clock. Do you remember that? They're known, those companies are known as blank companies. The blank being a 6-letter word defined as special uniform worn by a servant, official, or member of a city company. What is that 6-letter word? Sorry, Ruth. Yes, I can repeat the footballers. Hello, by the way. The footballers are, so their first names are Benjamin, he's a current player, Bernard, who played for Bolton amongst some others, Nampalis of Leicester City, and recent signing Edouard. All have the same French surname, as they are all French. What is that surname? Question 7, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to throw at you now, what I'm going to funnel down your fact pipes, are 10 unrelated, seemingly, things. Rearrange those words to make a sentence. 10 seemingly unrelated things which, upon closer scrutiny by you avid band of scrutineers, are revealed to have a single unifying theme. All you need to do is tell me what links these 10 things. Noah's Ark. A trackball in computing. The saviour of TVAM. The American football player Julian Edelman. I found that out today, by the way. It's very difficult. A 1983 Echo and the Bunnymen album. Very young people in the scouting movement. The song Cognoscenti versus Intelligentsia by the Cuban Boys. Hi, Harry. Rescue Rangers. Less hopefully, a frozen beard. A frozen beard. And finally, the Conakry branch, Conakry, Conakry branch of the Sheffield United Supporters Club. presume you've got it already, but I will give them again. There's Noah's Ark, a trackball, the saviour of TV AM, Julian Edelman, and also a BBC, or former BBC presenter. A 1983 album by Echo and the Bunny Men. Enjoy that one, Rob. Very young people in the Scouting movement. The song Cognoscenti versus Intelligentsia by the Cuban Boys. Rescue Rangers. A Frozen Beard. And the Conakry branch of the Sheffield United Supporters Club. What links those things? I gave you a little while. Question 8, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, last week was the last A-road question because I'd run out of 2-digit A-road. So this week, ladies and gentlemen, this week I asked my girlfriend, who by the way is real, you don't know her, she just goes to a different school, what the most boring thing that I talk about other than A-roads is, and she thought long and hard about it. Before deciding it was definitely Latin. Fuck you, Claire. So here's your fun question, a lot of fun, on the modern uses of Latin, which, if you didn't switch off when I speak to you about it, pals, you'd have more chance of answering. So here we go. Which magazine takes its name from a shortening of the longer Latin word? That's what shortening means. A shortening of the longer Latin word videlicet. 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 Videlicet, or videlicet, if you prefer. Which magazine takes its name from a common shortening? Well, not that common, but it's used in other ways. Of the Latin word videlicet. Question 9 is on elections, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine if you can, ladies and gentlemen. This quiz was taking place in the middle of 6 other quizzes just around it. And there was also a space hopper in a wig calling me Mr. Poopy Pants every 5 minutes. And you're about halfway to recreating the general air of calm maturity which ran through last night's presidential debate. Next week, however, there may be a slightly more sensible air to proceedings at the vice presidential debate, which features Vice President Mike Pence, who is a prick, debating against the running mate of Joe Biden. What is her name? What is the name of the running mate of Joe Biden? Nice and straightforward. Question 10 is on books. So two brothers have written books this year. Very vague. Which are The Ruins by Matt and The Thursday Murder Club by Richard, both of whom are famous in fields other than literature. What is their surname? So The Ruins by Matt and The Thursday Murder Club by Richard are both books written by brothers, who are both famous, primarily in fields other than literature. What is their surname? Oh. Absolutely disgusting. Question 11 is on tests. And what name is given to the test, the sort of psychological test, in which attempts are made to understand the personality structure of an individual by their reaction to some set ink blot designs? A psychological test, bullshit, which is based on people's reaction to ink blots and what that reveals about their psychological makeup and the structure of their personality. I'll be lenient with the spelling. What's the name of that test? You know the thing. Some very good scores thus far, I'll tell you that. Very proud of you. Really am. Question 12. Oh, sorry. Question 12 is on sport, ladies and gentlemen. Tennis. Dominic Thiem, ladies and gentlemen. Dominic Thiem became the newest member of the men's Grand Slam singles at this year's US Open. The previous person to win their first Grand Slam singles tournament, man, was a Croatian who won the US Open in 2014. Who was he? So not the previous Grand Slam winner, the last person to win their first was a Croatian who won the US Open in 2014. Who is he? Question 13 is on geography and the best kind of geography, which is, of course, the geography of pies. Now, once upon a time, ladies and gentlemen, there was in the city, the fine city of Edinburgh, a chain of bakeries called Pie Maker, and it was magnificent. Let me tell you, it was fucking magnificent. And one of the pies they sold, the top of the shop, really, the upper crust, was the Bayesian pie. Bayesian pie, ladies and gentlemen, delicious. It was absolutely incredible. The Bayesian pie. Bayesian, of course, is an adjective which refers to which country? Bayesian. Bajan. Bayesian, as in Bayesian pie. And I don't know if I've mentioned this, the magnificent Edinburgh Bakery Pie Maker. No longer exists, I don't think. Bayesian, an adjective that relates to which country? Question 14 is on TV. Which TV programme, ladies and gentlemen, is presented by 4 different men over its run? The first one introduced the host, the next host, as its subject. It ran on the BBC from 1955 to 1964. Then on ITV between 1969 and 2003, changing host in the 90s after the death of the original presenter, and before returning for a one-off special hosted by Trevor McDonald in 2007 on the subject of Simon Cowell. What is that TV show? So first on the BBC between 1955 and 1964, then a 5-year hiatus or break. Then on ITV between 1969 and 2003, changing presenter midway through that period, before returning for a one-off special on Simon Cowell, hosted by Trevor McDonald in 2007. What is that TV series? Question 15 is on film. It's very straightforward. By what name is Princess Aurora known in the title of a 1959 Disney film? Princess Aurora is known as what in the title of a 1959 Disney film? Very straightforward. Your next 10, ladies and gentlemen, questions 16 to 25, are, according to YouGov, the most popular artists of all time. Okay? Most popular artists of all time. I'll give you a clue. 9 of them are dead. And one of them, who is one of the ones who is dead, is an architect and not an artist. Okay? So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to fill in those next 10 answers. 1 in each. I don't need the full name. If I know who they are, that's fine. Many of them are just known by their surnames or nicknames or whatever. So that's 16 to 25. The top 10 most popular artists of all time. Okay? One of them's an architect. Only one of them is alive. And you're going to have until, I don't know, 21:09. You're doing very well. I haven't consciously made it easy. So, you're magnificent people. Okay, I'll give you a minute more to finish those off, and then we'll get back underway. Frank, I don't know if your team's put them in yet, but they haven't registered. So, and if you just need to take a bit more time, that's absolutely fine. But I'm going to start. Okay. Question 26. Women, do you want to look and feel at the top of your game? Of course you do. Then what could possibly be better than the brand of leisurewear Ivy Park, named after the founder's daughter's middle name, Ivy, and a park, and launched with somebody who isn't their natural bedfellow, Sir Philip Green. Who is this singer and entrepreneur who founded the leisurewear brand Ivy Park, named after the middle name of her daughter, no, eldest daughter, I think, and also a park, Ivy Park, which has the tagline, "Women, do you want to look and feel at the top of your game?" It's advertised using that for some reason. Who is that singer and entrepreneur? Question 27, very straightforward question. Main characters in the TV series Phoenix Nights, in the TV series Dawson's Creek, and in the film It's a Wonderful Life, all have which surname? So characters in the TV series Phoenix Nights, the other TV series Dawson's Creek, and the film It's a Wonderful Life. It's a wonderful film. All have which surname, ladies and gentlemen? Drunk on Ptolemy's Hawk. Don't know what that means. Stop analysing Strava. Cut your hedge. Okay, Fran, I'm sure it will do at some point. Sometimes it just needs to upload. Oh, yeah, they're all here now, Fran. Question 28 is on villainous curs. Occasionally, Lord Balthazar, and primarily the bungling alchemist Gargamel and his cat Azrael, are the chief antagonists in things featuring which group of fictional characters? So, Lord Balthazar, occasionally, and the bungling alchemist Gargamel, who wants to be a wizard but isn't, and his cat Azrael, who wants to be a cat and is, the chief antagonists of which group of fictional characters across a variety of media? Question 29 is on video games, very retro video games though. The Game & Watch series by Nintendo and the Tiger Electronics games by Tiger Electronics are known by which three-letter initialism or initialization referring to the technology used to create the moving images? The Game & Watch series, those little foldy things, by Nintendo, and the Tiger Electronics games made by Tiger Electronics are known by which three-letter initialism relating to the technology used to create the moving images? So just three letters I need. Good. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you do wish to contribute to the WhatsApp, to the PayPal links, some of you have already. Very much appreciated, and we will fashion a prize. We're not faction a prize. What is wrong with me? Jesus Christ. We'll fashion a prize out of something. Question 30 is on sport and geography. In which country's Olympic medal haul is thus? 10 medals in total. 1 bronze in boxing, 1 in wrestling, and 8 medals in total in hockey. 3 golds, 3 silvers, and 2 bronzes. And that's it. So 10 medals in total. 8 of them have come in hockey with 3 golds and 3 silvers. 2 bronzes as well as individual bronzes in boxing and wrestling. That's the entire medal haul of which country, which is not small. Question 31, ladies and gentlemen, is on insurance. And which insurance company would I have phoned according to their adverts had I just phoned the number 0800 001 066? 0800 00 1066. Which insurance company would I have just phoned? That's made me laugh. But question 32 is on films and literature, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone remembers the film The Railway Children, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I enjoyed watching that as a teenager. Which also should tell you, clues from that tell you, the only acceptable way to stop this quiz, similar to how they stop a train. The Railway Children, of course, based on the book by whom? Who wrote the book, The Railway Children, upon which the film The Railway Children was based? That's so disgusting, that drink. Question 33. Featuring music and lyrics written by Bono Vox and The Edge, The Myth of Arachne, Bouncing Off the Walls, and I'll Take Manhattan are all taken from which 2010 stage musical? So music's written by Bono, that's the U2 lead singer Bono Vox, and The Edge, that's Kathy's dad, Dave Evans. The Myth of Arachne, Bouncing Off the Walls, and I'll Take Manhattan are all songs taken from which 2010 stage musical? It's very close, and you're doing very well. There were 4 points in the whole thing. Amazing. Not so many of you, but there are 4. Question 34 is on streets. Named after a US president. Oh, thank you, James, by the way. Cheers, mate. Named after a US president and given its name to a UK #1 recording act and sort of a bit to a TV series. Which street in Manhattan is famous for its association with the US advertising industry? Named after a US president and giving its name to a UK #1 act and sort of to a TV series, which Manhattan street is famous for its association with the US advertising industry? And thank you, Phil. I need the full name of the street, but yeah. Question 35 is on literature. And were I, ladies and gentlemen, to be a character from literature, I would be Ham, who cannot stand up and is blind and is very miserable and very horrible. He has a surname, Clov, who cannot sit down, and a mother, Nell, and father, Nag, who have no legs and live in bins. That's the entire cast, of which somewhat ant-ridden one-act play of 1957. Ham, who can't stand up and is blind, Clov, who cannot sit down, and Nell and Nag, who have no legs and live in bins. The entire cast of which somewhat angst-ridden one-act play of 1957. Just the name of the play is fine. Question 36 is on geography and approaching menace. Which African country, presumably to ward off any threat of a visit from Bob Geldof, declared independence from Ethiopia in 1993? It's an African country which has only been in existence since 1993 when it declared its independence from Ethiopia. What country is that? Question 37 is on sport and rugby league, and making his professional rugby league debut yesterday was 19-year-old by the first name Umyla, Umyla, the son of a former legend of the game, played for Great Britain. And his club career was spent mostly, bit in Australia, but for Bradford Northern, Wigan and Leeds. Who was that legend? His son made his professional debut at the age of 19 yesterday for Wigan. The father, who's the person I need, played for Bradford Northern, Wigan and Leeds, captain of Great Britain. Also entered a series of Dancing on Ice, disappointingly. Who is that person? I need both names, really. First name and surname. Question 38 is on music. Which musician has had 6 unsuccessful Mercury Music Prize nominations, 5 unsuccessful with his band, and 1 for his solo album, The Eraser? Who is that musician? 6 unsuccessful Mercury Music Prize nominations, 5 with his band, and 1 for his solo album, which was called The Eraser. Who is that person? Question 39 is on TV. An unlikely Christ-like figure, some may say, which individual made a guest appearance in the CITV show Children's Ward, which saw him firstly opening a new facility, very normal, and then secondly raising a child from a coma by mere dint of his presence. An unlikely person to be performing such miracles, you might think. Absolutely. But who was that who had made a guest appearance in the CITV show Children's Ward, which saw him opening a new facility, thanks, that's normal behaviour, and raising a child from their coma, which they seem no hope of them ever emerging from? Who is that personality? If you're young, you have no chance. But you have enough opportunities. I'm delighted to say that every question has been answered correctly. Good. Not quite that tasteless. And question 40, ladies and gentlemen, the last one. God, I got close then, didn't I? Question 40. Which word of 5 letters or more, that's one word, 5 letters or more, has appeared in the title of hit singles by all of the following artists? Bananarama, ABBA, The Style Council, Queens of the Stone Age, Texas, and The Undertones. One word, 5 letters or more, has appeared in the title of hit singles by Bananarama, ABBA, The Style Council, Queens of the Stone Age, Texas, and The Undertones. Okay, and now get on with the music questions. That's 41 to 60 artists on titles in the right spaces as ever. And I'll give you until 5 to 10. Good. Anyone needs anything repeating, just ask me in the chat. It's very close. 10 minutes. If yeah, 10 minutes. I'm just going to say the same thing again. It's phenomenally close. Well, 8 minutes remaining until the pointless and all that. Thank you, Ruth. 4 minutes remain. You will get a bit of time at the end, though, don't worry. And don't forget to check all your answers, because if you have accidentally overwritten anything, that will be marked wrong. It's not my fault. It is, but... I will go so far as to say that everyone has done well today. These are scores that would normally see you, sort of near the top. Everyone has got them. So I'm really pleased for you all. You're amazing. I can repeat 28, frankly. 28 is that Lord Balthazar and is a minor villain, but the chief antagonist is bundling alchemist Gargamel and his cat Azrael. They're the enemies, the nemesis of which group of fictional characters across a variety of media? Gargamel and his cat Azrael, and occasionally Lord Balthazar. Okay, 1 minute, and I'm going to go on to the pointless questions. It's currently tied at the top, by the way. Okay. Your pointless question, ladies and gentlemen. Your pointless questions are as follows. Okay? So you all know how to play. I have 100 of my friends. 100 seconds, okay? To name any of the top 100 goalkeepers in terms of Premier League appearances. Okay? Any of the 50 most visited cities in the world. So that's for tourists, okay? any of the 50 most visited cities in the world, or any Take That top 40 single in the UK. Okay, we're looking for pointless answers for all three of those. Any of the 100 goalkeepers with the most Premier League appearances, any of the top 50 most visited cities in the world by tourists, or any Take That top 40 UK hit single. That's 61 to 63. And 64, very straightforward question. How long in centimetres are the world's longest ever trousers? Okay, so you get a point if you get it spot on, but otherwise it'll be used to break ties, which could very well be necessary here. For the pointless questions, I'd say there are more of the goalkeepers, but some of them are a bit random. The cities you might get, the Take That singles are quite difficult unless you're an expert, in which case you probably get them. The trousers are unwearable. I'm going to give you until 21:05, okay? Unless people have, when you've finished, save, tick the three boxes and click finish, okay? If you finish first, if everyone's finished, I'm going to stop it then. But 21:05 is when I'm actually going to shut the whole thing down completely. Keepers, no, the 100 goalkeepers with the most appearances. Okay? Yeah, you're right, Harry. So 5 minutes. Don't forget when you finish, click save, tick the three boxes, and then click finish. Had one pointless answer thus far. Shouldn't tell you that, should I? Because you can change them, sorry. Okay, 2 minutes. One minute. It's very close at the top. Okay. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay. Here, ladies and gentlemen, are your answers. There's some very good efforts. So it's very close. But we do have a winner. So, question number 1. The TV funny man is Harry Hill. Question 2, they're all Mendes. Mendy is the surname there. Question 3, they're the names given apparently to Licorice All Sorts. Question 4, Facebook launched a campus version. 15, it's obviously 12 years a slave. Question 16, livery, Livery. Question 7, Noah's Ark, of course, made of gopher wood. A trackball is the forerunner of the mouse. The saviour of TVM is Roland Rat. Julian Edelman is known as the Squirrel. The Echo and the Bunnymen album is Porcupine. The Young Boy Scouts are, of course, Beavers. Cognoscenti versus Intelligentsia was a sort of version of the hamster dance. You might remember that. The Rescue Rangers, of course, Chip and Dale, Chipmunk. A Frozen Beard, of course, is a chinchilla. And the Conakry branch of the Sheffield United Supporters Club are known as the guinea pigs. Did you know? They're all rodents, ladies and gentlemen, rodents. Question 8, Viz. Videlicet, Viz. Question 9, Kamala Harris is the running mate. Question 10, that's Matt and Richard Osman off of Suede and Pointless. 11, they're Rorschach tests, the Rorschach tests. Question 12, Dominic Thiem won the US Open. The previous person to win their first Grand Slam in men's singles was Maran Cilic, the Croatian. People do this all the time. Don't call Novak Djokovic Croatian. He wouldn't like it. 13, but actually do call him that. He wouldn't like it. 13, Barbados is Bayesian, Barbados. Question 14, This Is Your Life. Question 15, Sleeping Beauty, of course. The artists whom I've forgotten to write are as follows. Bear with me. They are Leonardo, Michelangelo, Van Gogh, Banksy, Picasso, Monet, Rembrandt, L.S. Lowry, Andy Warhol, and everyone's favourite artist, Christopher Wren. On to the next set of questions. 26, that's funded by Beyonce. 17, Potter, Joey, Brian, and Mr. Respectively. Question 28, they're the nemesis of the Smurfs, or Smurfs, if you prefer. 29, LCD, Liquid Crystal Display, LCD. 30, that is the Medal Hall of Pakistan. Question 31, 0800 1066 is Hastings Direct. 32, Edith Nesbit, if you prefer. 33, the clue was the myth of Arachne. There's an arachnophobia. Spider-Man, ladies and gentlemen, is the musical. 34, the US president is James Madison. The UK number one act is Madison Avenue. And the TV series is Mad Men. That's what the Mad is. Madison Avenue is the Manhattan Street. 35, Endgame, Samuel Beckett, very uplifting. 36, Eritrea is the answer. I think South Sudan was my favourite answer there, which may just have gained independence from Sudan. 37, the rugby league legend is Ellery Hanley, ladies and gentlemen, Ellery Hanley. 38, Tom York, the Mercury Music Prize nominations. 39, of course, the Christ-like figure on Children's Ward was Bruno Brooks, ladies and gentlemen. Who better than Bruno Brooks to raise a child from a coma? Not Jimmy Savile, disgusting. And 40, Summer, was it Cruel Summer by Bananarama, Summer Night City, Long Hot Summer, the feel-good hit of the summer, Summer Sun, and Here Comes the Summer. On to the music round, a bit more straightforward this week. First one was the Rolling Stones with Get Off My Cloud. And then it was Al Stewart with The Year of the Cat. Then it was Bruce Hornsby in The Range with The Way It Is. And then it was Tupac with Changes. Then it was Panic at the Disco with High Hopes. Then it was Frank Sinatra with High Hopes. Then it was Lulu with The Man Who Sold the World. Then it was Meat Loaf with Midnight at the Lost and Found. Then the Long Pigs with Far. And Bruno Mars with Grenade. Your pointless answers, you take that singles, could have had Giants, Love, Love, I'd Wait for Life, their late singles, and I Found Heaven, which is early. The cities were as follows: Chennai, Jaipur, Ho Chi Minh City, Johor Bahru, Denpasar, Pattaya, Guangzhou, and Antalya, or Antalya if you prefer. The goalkeepers were some great names in here: Jack Butland, John Phelan, Vito Manone, Thomas Myra, Julian Speroni. Now, some recent goalkeepers are actually in there, which no one got really. Martin Dubravka, Tony Roberts, who isn't recent. Someone who's probably played their last game, keeper Rafa Bilarga, the mighty Hands of Gas, Chris Woods. Bruce Grobbelaar, ladies and gentlemen, played long enough. Gary Walsh, Ederson, Matt Ryan, new metal loving Marcus Hanneman, Russell Holt, who's shit, Anthony Amy, he's finished. No, finished, he's 33. Wayne Hennessy. Now, let us not forget that Wayne Hennessy was the goalkeeper who was already let off a charge of giving a Hitler salute at a fancy dress party because he was too thick to know that Hitler was bad. Mike Taylor, who can't spell Mike, Dean Kiley, ladies and gentlemen, and then to finish us off, two portly former Sheffield Wednesday custodians, Mark Crossley, and the immortal flying cheeseburger himself, Kevin Pressman. And your tiebreak, in centimetres, the world's longest ever trousers are 6,550 centimetres. Your leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your results. In sixth place with 38 was Amy and Dave. In fifth, the Garnstable Otters with 43, very much a third, fourth, and fifth closeness though. In fourth with 44, £3 down the Swanee. And in third, No Effing Pun with 45. The top two teams, ladies and gentlemen. In second place, second by 1 point with a score of 50, are the Corns. In first place with a score of 51, the Swan Bitches, ladies and gentlemen. A warm round of applause to everyone. Thank you for taking part. We'll be back to full-size quiz next week, so pictures and whatnot and everything. So we'll be starting at 8:15. Do tell some friends. Why not try to get more people involved? God knows what we'll be doing this time next week. I imagine we'll all have our own individual Perspex dungeons or something. Mine will have excellent internet. Thank you all for taking part, and I'll see you all next week. Ta-ta. Bye. I'll talk to Swan Bitches about their prize. Lovely stuff. Bye-bye. Thank you all.